compute services. For example, EC2 instance, Lambda, Lightsail, etc. So in today's session, we will use AWS EC2 instance to host our web application on cloud. So for demo purpose, I have created a web app. Yes. So for the demo purpose, I have created a web app that takes input as URL from the users and prompts the user indicating whether the URL is legitimate or phishing. So here is the demo of the web application. So this is the Flask app, or I can say I have created a Flask web application here. So if I just run it on the local host, so on this local host, I am having my Flask web application. So here the user can type his URL. For example, if I type www.amazon.com, so it will suggest me whether that URL is a phishing URL or the legitimate URL. So the model is saying that the given input URL is of legitimate website. So now if I just type random URL, for example, www. Or just type sad. So it is saying us that it is a phishing website. So now uh, here we want to deploy this phishing that is Flask web application onto our AWS EC2 instance. So for that, first we have to log in into our AWS account. So for that, we have to just go to the AWS Educate account, that is AWS Amazon Educate login. So here we have to join AWS account. So you guys can just log in into our, that is sign up into the AWS Educate account. So I have already an account here. So I will just sign into the AWS account.
Trial.
Hello everyone, good evening. So sorry for the technical lag. So first, let me tell you some introduction about AWS and why we are doing all this. So the full form of AWS is Amazon Web Services. The Amazon Web Services currently supports over 2,000 government agencies and more than 5,000 educational institutions. So it is not, we cannot see that it is a seal of approval, that we don't know what it is and all. So it is known as one of the leading IT companies in the world, that is the Amazon website, Amazon, that is AWS. And AWS is currently one of the top 4 public cloud computing companies in the entire globe. They provide cloud computing services for big as well as small businesses everywhere in the world. Even though AWS is a very big company, intending clients want to be sure that they can deliver. So, before going into the technical details and how we can connect the Python Flask to AWS services, which will be explained by Milind. Before that, I want to give you a nice introduction about the benefits of Amazon Web Services. So, understanding the benefits of AWS will help you to see that this is a trustworthy platform that's practically guaranteed to meet any business needs. The first most important advantage is ease of use. So when you sign up to any Amazon Web Services, you are presented with a very user-friendly interface called as AWS Management Console. So it doesn't matter if you're looking for a powerful web hosting platform, a platform to deploy SaaS, that is a software as a service, or migrate on existing software or not. Now usage is relatively simple when we actually use AWS. Uh, because it is properly and well documented web services APIs that allows us to access the entire AWS platform. The second advantage is incredibly diverse array of tools. So while it was initially meant only for cloud storage, we can see it has expanded for over 70 or more services. So bottom line I can say is it is one stop shop for all your cloud computing and IT needs, that is the information technology needs. The third is Amazon Web Service provided you virtually unlimited service capacity. So whatever might be your server demands, like unlimited bandwidth or unlimited storage, AWS will back you up. So you need not have to worry about how much primary memory I have, how much secondary memory I have, how much GPU do I need to get and all. So AWS will back you up. The last part is it is it is very secured with the help of reliable encryption, and it has advanced security. So they call it as so this is one of the key benefits of using AWS, because you will not dump your data or you will not dump your confidential data to AWS if it cannot guarantees you proper security. So the aim of today's session is to see how you can deploy your own website which you have built using Python or HTML, CSS, etc. To AWS website. Now, I'll just explain you the entire architecture. Now, today we will be looking into a phishing website. So there is a model that we have already trained, which classifies a website URL into a phishing URL or a legitimate URL. Now, legitimate URLs can be google.com, amazon.com, etc., etc. And phishing URL, we can say that they are much relatable to spam URL, or some say that they might contain viruses and all, because they take up your confidential information and all. So we have trained a model using a random forest. uh, the aim of this today's session is to deploy everything into cloud, and anyone in the world can able to use our website, that is the phishing website. So the entire implementation will be will be given to you by the next speaker. The speaker's name is Milind Ramesh Kubal. So currently he is working as a senior analyst in eClerx services, and he has pretty much good experience in using AWS, Lambda, and to deploy Flask web applications, as well as how to manage an environment and turn it into a scalable type. So let me hand over to Milind, and now he can start his actual implementation, that is how to deploy Python Flask application in AWS by taking a small example of a phishing website. So it contains all the machine learning part. It covers also the web development and as well as the deployment part. So I'll hand it to Milind. Let him continue now.
So as we have seen our demo web application, so we have to host this web application on AWS EC2 instance. So now what is AWS EC2 instance? So AWS EC2 instance provides us with reliable and secure compute capacity in cloud. So for developers, it becomes easy as here we can scale our instances up and down. For example, if our app receives more load, say if our app receives more load, then we will scale our instances, and when the app is getting less load, we will scale down our instances. So that was all about EC2 instance. Now, how to launch our EC2 instance? So the first step to launch our EC2 instance is to log in into our EC2 instance, so that is AWS account. So the first step is to log in into the AWS account. So we have to go to the AWS console here. So there are variety of services here. For example, compute services, and also that is containers and all. That is storage services, database services, migration and transfer. But here we only need EC2 service. So here we will just click on EC2. So as we can see, we have running instances, Elastic IP, snapshots, load balancers. So here we have to go to launch instance. So after going into the launch instance, we will get different kinds of operating systems. For example, Linux, Ubuntu, and also we can also Windows Server. But here we will prefer Ubuntu Server, that is Ubuntu 18.04. So we will select Ubuntu Server 18.04. So here we are having different kinds of different types. For example, T2 micro, T2 small, T2 medium, T2 large. So there are various advantages of using these types. For example, T2 micro just provides us with one CPU and one memory, that is only one memory. And if we are going for a large scale application, then we have to scale our instances. For example, if we want to create a T2.xlarge, so it provides us with four CPUs and 16 gigabytes of memory. So here so our application is not that resource intensive. So here we will just use T2 microservice. So here we can just click on next and configure instance details. So here we can say we can see that we have number of instances 0. So here we will just provide it 1, and all will be same. So if we want a number of instances 2, 3, we can just provide that. Next, add storage. So here we are having size 8. So here we can provide it with 15, 30, so on. So here we will provide for 30, that is 30 gigabyte size. Next, we will add tags. So this resource only currently has no tag, so it's okay. So here we can just configure security group. So here we can name our app. So here we can just write Flask deploy. and the type is SSH, and the port is 22. So on this port, our web application will be running. So we can just now review and launch. So here we can see the details. That is, we have selected Ubuntu server and also T2 micro instance type, and storage. I guess we have yes, we have 30 gigabytes of storage. So we will launch the instance now. So this is the most important step, that is choosing the key pair. So this key pair is useful when we want to connect to the AWS EC2 instance. So this key is only one time. So it is also written that we can't able to download the key when basically it is deleted. So if we don't have that key pair, our instance is just a waste, we can say. So here we have to create a new pair, and just we have to write some name. So I will write Flask underscore deploy. So here we have to download the key pair. Okay, so it doesn't get underscore, so we can just write Flask deploy, Flask hyphen deploy. Yes, now it had downloaded the key pair. So now we can launch our instance. So it is saying that your instances are launched. So now from view instances, we can just see our instances. So we can see that this is our instance, that is, no, sorry, this is our instance that we have created now. So it is saying that instance state is pending. So it will take 2 to 3 minutes to get started. So by that time, we will connect to our AWS terminal, or we can say AWS instance. So for that, we need Putty software. So we can download Putty software and Putty Gen software using these links. So 64-bit and 32-bit software is available, so you can download. So after downloading, so I have already downloaded Putty and PuttyGen software. So after downloading the PuttyGen and Putty software, we have to open PuttyGen software. So now the Putty software uh, only wants the Putty file format, that is PPK format. But as you guys can see in downloads, we have .pem format that is basically given to us while launching our instance. So we have to convert this .pem file to .ppk file, or we can say a putty file format. So for that purpose, we need putty key generator. So here we have to load our private key that was given while launching our AWS instance. So the name was Flask deploy. So here we have to select all files first, because it by default gives a .ppk file. So Flask deploy.pm. So it is saying that successfully imported foreign key. So we have to just click on OK, and we have to save the private key, and all other stuffs will be same, that is RSA, and all the other stuffs will be same. So we have to save the private key, and yes, and the name should be same, that is Flask deploy. So it will be saved by .ppk file. So all this is done. So we will just check whether our instance is running or not. So it is running, but the status check is just initializing. So we have to wait for another 2 to 3 minutes. So for that time, I will just open the Putty software. So here we have to give the host name or the IP address. So the host name will be this, that the AWS instance has provided, that is 3.85.172.87. So we have to just copy it and we have to just write so when we sorry so when we just click on this connect button, then here we can see that our username is Ubuntu and our host name is this, or we can say that the host name is 3.85.172.87. So now it is saying that the checks have been finalized or it has been done. So now we can just get in or connect to our AWS EC2 instance. So here the host name will be Ubuntu @ and our IPv4. So I've just copied it and I will paste. So all other stuffs will be same. Then we have to go to SSH and we have to just click on this plus sign. So after clicking on the plus sign, we will get authentication, that is AUTH, auth. So after going to the auth button, then here we will get our private key file for authentication. So here we have to browse the PPK file, PPK file that we have created using Putty software. Yes, so this is the file that I have created, flask-deploy. So if I just open, so all the stuff is done. So we have to just open. So it is saying that the host key is not cached. So we have to just click on yes. So it is saying that authenticating with the public key. Yes, so now we have logged in into our AWS EC2 instance, that is Ubuntu 18.04. Now here, as we can see, there will be no files. Now we want to copy this. Now we want to copy this phishing, that is our project, to the AWS EC2 instance or the AWS terminal or the Ubuntu terminal. So for that, we will use a software which is known as WinSCP. So I have downloaded it, WinSCP. So here it asks for the host name. So the host name will be the same, that is Ubuntu @ and the IPv4, that is 3.85.172.87. And if I just click on username, it will say that username is Ubuntu. Then we do not need to add a password. We have to add a private key here, or the private.ppk file. So just we click on advanced. In SSH, in authentication, we can just provide the private key file, that is flask deploy. So all this is done. So we just have to click the OK button and log in. So yes. Yes. So on the left hand side, we have our local machine directory. On the right hand side, we are having the AWS or the EC2 instance. So here we have to copy this whole directory, this phishing directory, to our AWS EC2 instance. So we will just drag and drop. So it will take about 2 to 3 minutes. Yes, so now it is done. So it is just need a couple of seconds. Yes, it is done now. So if I just go to the Ubuntu terminal and if I now do ls, so it will show me the phishing directory. So we can go into the phishing directory, and if I do ls, so here we will all the models, that is random forest model and all the files, that is py file and also app1.py, that is the main Flask application. So if I just run this app1.py, that is python 3 app1.py. So yes, so here it is saying that no module name Flask. So we can install it. Click install Flask. So it is saying that pip is not found. So here we can just copy paste this command. So it is saying that unable to locate package python 3 pip. Okay, so we have to just upgrade. So we have to do sudo apt get upgrade. So here the packages will get updated. So once again sudo apt get upgrade. So it is saying that 0 upgraded, 0 newly installed. Sorry, it's update. Yes, so it was sudo apt get update. So now all the packages are getting updated. So after this step, we have to install the pip, that is sudo apt install python 3 pip. So here we are using python 3 version. So yes. So here it is installing. So next we will install the Flask package as well. So pip3 install Flask. Yeah, so Flask is also installed. So here we will just run our app, that is app1.py. Python 3